Robert, that was really a great presentation. That was really interesting, fascinating. I don't know about anyone else, but I learned a lot from that presentation. It was really fascinating for me because I'm in the graphics business, and it's neat to see how industry you wouldn't even imagine dovetails so, nicely with the graphics business and with the sign business. So thank you very much for that. I don't really have a door prize, but I have some little prizes that I'm going to give away to start off. How many of you here have a cell phone? And how many of you have a calculator on your cell phone? Okay, how many of you can use the calculator on your cell phone? Okay, now keep your hands up because you folks get a prize. The prize is a print that I did last night, of course, which is a wall graphic of John Gordon's The Positive Pledge. Have any of you ever seen that? Positive Pledge? It's really great. It's very inspirational, and I'm going to pass this out to everyone who has a calculator on the cell phone who can use it. You can use your calculator. If you can't use your calculator, you don't get one because later on in the presentation I'm going to make you use your calculator. Don't put your hands down just because I said that. These are really, this is a fabric material. This is great for photographs. We can put frames around these, and you can do positive statements like this.
Hey Mitch, are you and I the only ones with our hands down?
Or your children, or your birthday party, your anniversary.
Yep.
I have this taped in my bathroom, this positive pledge. I think it's just so great. And one of my mantras is always be positive. Problems are opportunities. Anytime you get a challenge in your life, like if I get a flat tire in my truck, I say, praise God, I have a truck. I have a truck. How many people don't have a great four-wheel drive truck like this? And so what? I got a little inconvenience here. It's all a blessing. I'm going to talk today a little bit about wraps, and I'm going to get into a little bit of numbers for you. But the first few slides, just some general stuff. Can you go back to the mission statement? I want to read that again, because I like to emphasize the mission statement. And our mission is to create imaginative and effective visual images that drive revenue for successful businesses. And I've said this before, you've heard it before, and I'm going to say it again. If we're not helping you ring your cash register ring, we're not doing our job. That's what it's all about, is to help create visual images that help you get revenue, help you make sales. That's what we do for our clients. Okay, there's a few things that we do that I'm going to talk about that people may not know so much about. Like, we did this for the Keeter Center. It was really a fun project. We do three-dimensional signs, life-size cutouts like this cow. And then actually this one was too intimidating. I don't know if any of you know Tom Healy, the general manager of the Keeter Center, but he thought this was a little bit big, a little bit intimidating, because it's 8 feet tall, and he asked us to do another one 6 feet tall, and that's in our shop right now. He wants a friendly cow that kids are going to want to take pictures with, and this cow made people run. So he said, it's too big. Anyway, so those are some of the fun projects we do, things like this. Okay, next slide. We also do monument signs, which many of you don't know. Of course, Kim has an art degree. She's a great colorist. She can mix paints, mix things on the computer, mix things out of any kind of paint. Just junk paint. It's amazing the colors that she can come up with to match various things. This is a monument sign that we refurbished. This is one we lettered for the first time. Okay. Of course, vehicle graphics and wraps are what we really specialize in, and we really like to get the vehicle wrap business. We're the only sign shop in the Branson Tri-Lakes area with a wrapping bay attached to our sign shop, and that means we save time. And if we save time, we save money, and we pass those cost savings along to our customers. These are just some of the jobs we do. Police stations, we do all the wraps for Kent County Ambulance District, and then we like to do perfs too. The perfs, like you see right here, are really cool because they literally cool down the inside of the cab. So they're cool because they reduce the temperature of your vehicle, which makes it a more comfortable ride for you. And we also love to do pay truck wraps like this, okay? So image is really important. It's so important, the image. This owner of this truck wasn't advertising anything, but he wanted a truck to show his patriotism. And it worked. He's invited all the time to do parades and things, go on parades and have veterans ride in the back. And this truck is just a tribute to patriotism and to veterans. And this young man paid for this for himself, wasn't advertising the vehicle, he just wanted to show and to honor veterans and patriotism. So I thought that, that was really a fun project for us. Another, we really love to do patriotic designs, and we designed that in-house, and then we printed it, laminated it, and installed it. We did the whole thing on that. So now I'm going to get into a little bit of numbers. I'm about halfway through. Is that about right? I'd just like to check. Okay, this is going to be like higher math. So I hope you guys can stay with me on this. This is a traffic count map. Some of you may or may not have seen this from MoDOT. They publish these things every year. This happens to be 2011. It's the most recent one that they have on the internet. But what it tells you is it tells you the average daily traffic count on various roads. You may not be able to see some of these numbers, but I'm going to drill down a little bit and give you some more detail on these numbers. But some of the things here that you can see here, like on the 13160, there's about 7,200 cars a day that pass that spot. Here on the 265, 6,496. On the 13 down lower, it's about 8,900. Now the 65, you're going to start seeing some really big numbers. 17,000 cars a day across this point down here, south of Branson, Hollister area. I don't think I have any. Here's one, 23,000 cars a day at the 176 and the 65. These numbers are fascinating to me because that really shows you, partly for commercial purposes, how many cars pass a location, and also just for advertising and for vehicle advertising in particular. It can tell you, where you want to drive your vehicle if you have vehicle graphics on it, where you can maximize your exposure. So let's look at the next slide, which I'm drilling down just a little bit more here. Here's the business 65 here, 18,000, 26,000 on the 65, on the 76, just west of the 65, 26,000 cars a day, 25,000 cars a day. So if you're driving back and forth on the 76 all day long, you get 26,000 cars a day. Okay, I got 2 minutes, so I got to move pretty fast now. But I'm going to do an assumption here. I'm going to do an example of if someone sits their vehicle on Highway 165 in Branson, then the number is 6,696 cars a day. We'll see that vehicle graphic. Okay, let's go to the next slide. And I'm not going to make you do the math here like I said I was going to because I'm running out of time. 6,700 cars a day. Assume 300 days a year, just because 50 days a year you're going to have your car in your garage or it's not going to be exposed. You do that math, it's 2 million impressions a year. And if your wrap lasts only 3 years, which they are more likely to last 5 or 6, then you get 6 million impressions from that vehicle graphic. 6 million. You pay $2,000 for the wrap. You divide that by 6 million. Can anyone even tell what that number is? It's 3/100ths of a penny per impression. 3/100ths of a penny. And that's just 3 years. And that's just the 6,600 per day. And that's not if you're driving up and down the strip, which could get you 4 times as many. Am I out of time? Almost out of time. Okay, let's just, I'll run right through the rest of it. So that's the number, 3/100ths of a penny. That means for every penny you spend on a vehicle wrap, and this is a $2,000 wrap, you get 33 impressions out of 1 penny. 33. Additional benefits to wraps are that you protect the exterior finish of your car. You get rock chips are protected. Any kind of chips like shopping carts banging your car or some door smacking into it. All the original finish of your car is protected from chips, bumps, scratches, and damage. And also, very importantly, wrapping your windows reduces the temperature inside the vehicle, which makes a more comfortable ride for you and your guests. Again, 3/100ths of a penny per impression. These are 2 wraps we did in the last month. Both of these wraps cost less than $2,000. And so that's what I'm talking about, is doing like a 3/4 wrap or something, depending on the vehicle. Okay, and that's about all I have today. I just wanted to go through some numbers with you, really to demonstrate how cost effective this advertising really is for you. Does anyone have any questions?
When you say 3/4 wrap, what's that?
Yeah, if you go back one slide, this van we did was a 3/4 wrap, and that just wraps from the front doors where it starts, comes all the way back the van, around the back, and then the other side. So we didn't do the front, we didn't do the hood of the front doors. This is more like a half wrap, but it's got a little extra because it's got some ready supply. So anything like in this range, going all the way around the back, would be a 3/4 wrap. Leaving the hood off, the roof off, maybe the front quarter panels. Yes, Stephanie?
I just have a quick testimonial. If you don't have your vehicle wrapped, some of my wraps have been on for 6 years and they look like they're still new because we wash them, haven't had any damage. Last year I had 1 truck in the field and I had people all year say, how many trucks do you guys have? Like 5 or 6 now? 1 truck. So when they see it and they recognize that they pass you 4 or 5 times a day, it's not the little black car that they pass that they don't see. It's the big billboard that they pass every time. So it's hugely effective. If you don't have your vehicles wrapped, I highly recommend it.
Thank you, Stephanie. How long did you say you've had your wrap out there?
My oldest wrap is going on 7 years and it's
7
in great
years.
shape.
I just assumed 3 years here, so 7 years, that even doubles it. That makes it just ridiculous. Then it's 66 impressions per penny instead of 33. Any other questions?
Well, whenever you go to remove the wrap, like if you sell the vehicle.
Well, if you sell the vehicle, we can remove the wrap. We do it very quickly and easily. It really...
No damage to the finish or anything?
No, it protects the finish. It protects the paint from fading, from chips, from scratches, and everything else. And we can remove a wrap in 1 day, a few hours. Of course, we have to charge you for it, but it's like maybe $100, $150 to remove the whole thing and to have your vehicle look brand new, and it protects your finish and your paint and everything too. So. Yes, sir.
What about visibility with the wrap? Can you still see out the windows and things like that?
Yes, that's a good question. I'm glad you asked. Of course, on the windows we use perforated material. You can't see in, so it increases your security, but you can see out. It's got almost like a window tint, but these windows are done, they all have little tiny holes in them. So we print on that material that has holes on them, so when you're inside the vehicle you can see out fine. It's just like a window tint. But from the outside it looks like it's opaque. From the inside you can see right
You got
through.
that on the back of your truck, don't you, Ed? Ed? You got that on the back of yours, right? You got the perf on the back of your
Had it on the back of the Explorer.
head on the back of the Explorer. You can see through it fine.
Oh, you see, yeah, the second time. First time they put it on the wrong time. It was blurry.
There's blurry.
That was another company. Not you.
Any other questions? Thank you all for your time. Have a perfect day.